Okay, so I've got a bit of a seated class for you today. So you can be sat on the floor or you can sit on a chair. It's entirely up to you. We're going to start with our toes. So stretching your feet out in front of you, whether you're on a chair or sat on the floor, doesn't matter which. Bend your toes over and then stretch your toes towards your nose. Bend the toes over, then stretch them towards your nose. Bending them over, stretching them up. Bending them over, stretching them up. Bending them over, stretching them up. And then release them to a neutral position and stretch the toes out as far as you can to the sides. And then squeeze them back together again. Make your feet go monkey feet. And then let the toes come back together. Stretch them apart like a monkey. Let them come back together. Stretch them apart like a monkey. Let them come back together. Then bend all of your toes over and just release the big toe towards your nose. And then lift all of the toes towards your nose and just bend the big toe back down towards the floor. Really opening up those neural pathways from your toes to your brain. So bend all the toes over, lift up just the big toe, and then lift all of your toes up and bend the big toe forwards. Excellent. Then just give your toes a wiggle and a stretch. Okay, next moving on to the ankles. So stretch the toes away from you, really pointing the toes, and then flex the feet up towards your shins. Point the toes away, flex them up, point the toes away, flex them up, point the toes away, flex them up, point the toes away, flex them up. And then take the feet out to the side, into the middle, out to the side, into the middle, out to the side, into the middle. Trying to keep the legs as still as possible and make all the movement come from the ankles. Good. And then circle the feet around one way. So really getting some movement into those ankles. And then take them the other way. And then if you're on the floor, have one leg out long and take the hands behind the back of the left thigh. Pointing the toes, stretch the leg up in front of you, flex the foot and take the heel back down to the ground. Point the toes, stretch the leg up, flex the foot, take the heel down. Point the toes, stretch it up, flex the foot, take it down. We'll do 3 more. Point the toes as it goes up, flex the foot, come down with a heel. Fab. Then switch to the other leg. Exactly the same. So pointing the toe as you go up, flexing the foot, coming down with a heel. Pointing the toe as you go up, flexing the foot, down with the heel. Point the toe as you go up, flex the foot, down with the heel. 3 more this side. Maybe inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. A great one for getting the sciatic nerve moving, that because of the pointing and flexing of the foot. Okay, so this time we'll take the ankle over the thigh and just circle through the ankle one way and then circle through the ankle the other way. And then having one hand on your foot, one hand on the knee, just squeeze that leg in towards your torso, keeping your back up nice and tall. So once you've squeezed it in, then rock it from side to side. And then maybe in a circle. So really getting into that hip, circling it one way And then circling it the other way. Good. Then drop that knee down and come to the other side, circling through the ankle first and then the other way. And then one hand on the foot, one hand on the knee. Squeeze that leg in as close to your body as you can. Give it a rock from side to side. And then circle around. And the other way. Okay, now if you're on a chair, the next one's nice and easy. You sit up nice and tall, reasonably towards the edge of the chair, hands on the end of the chair, and then squeeze the toes up, bring them back down to the floor. Squeeze the toes up, bring them back down to the floor. If you're on the floor, then you're going to have a little mini boat pose. So you squeeze the knees up, touch the toes back down. Squeeze the knees up, touch the toes back down. Whichever way you're doing it, really squeeze the tummy muscles back in. So you want to be lifting those legs with the tummy muscles. So pull the tummy muscles in and up, squeeze the legs up, and then put them back down. Squeeze the legs up, put them back down. Squeeze the legs up, put them back down. Good, and rest. Okay, now crossing the legs over again. This time, use your hand on your knee to really push the knee down. And as you push the knee down, just resist the movement with your inner thigh. So your knee's pressing up into your hand as your hand is pressing down. And then take your knee to the underside of your knee and push your knee into your hand. So then you're working the outer hip, pressing that knee down into that hand as you resist the movement with your hand. One more. Good. Then we'll switch to the other side. So starting by pressing the hand onto the inside of the knee and squeeze that knee up. So we're really activating down the inner thighs. And then take the hand underneath the knee, press the knee down as you resist that with your hand. You'll probably find that you've got more movement in one side than the other. And you'll probably feel stronger on one side than the other. Excellent. Then bringing the legs back parallel, so either 90-90 if you're sat, or legs straight out in front of you if you're on the floor. Hands on the knees or the middle of the thighs, so your spine can be up nice and tall. As we inhale, stretch the chest forwards, really scooping out the back. And then as you exhale, curl the spine round the shoulders and drop the chin to the chest. So seated cat-cow, inhaling as you come forwards, really opening the chest. And then exhale as you go back, really rounding through the shoulders. Inhaling as you come forwards, feel free to move the hands as well if that feels good with the movement. Exhale to go back. Inhaling to come forwards. Exhaling to go back. So really think about getting the shoulders involved in the movement as well. So inhaling, coming forward, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Open up the chest, open the collarbones. Exhale, round the shoulders. Really spread the shoulder blades apart and notice that bit of the back in between the shoulders where we don't often pay much attention. So inhaling forward, squeezing those shoulder blades behind you. And exhaling back, really rounding those shoulders and spreading them apart. One more each way, inhaling forwards and exhaling back. And come back to a neutral position. This time we can use our front hand on our knee to twist to one side, really looking back over the shoulder. So inhale as you really lengthen the spine, and exhale to twist. Inhale, really lengthen the spine, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, twist. Then come back through center and move to the other side. Again, using your hand on your knee as leverage, looking over the shoulder. Inhale to really sit up tall and lengthen the spine, exhale, twist. Inhale, see if you can sit up even taller, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Then come back through center. Maybe have a little wriggle around through the ribs. And maybe taking that the other way too. And then bringing your left hand down by your side, reach that right arm up and over. Really stretching down the whole side of the body. And have a couple of breaths here, really sending the breath into the ribs, really opening up all the intercostal muscles down the side of your body. If you can't feel a stretch, you can always go a bit deeper, or you can stretch your fingertips away, which will also increase the stretch, really pushing the sit bone down into the ground or the chair beneath you. And we'll move to the other side. So have a couple of breaths. And then maybe notice the longer you sit here, you might be able to go a bit deeper. Maybe stretch those fingers away, really sit down through those sit bones, keeping that armpit open towards the ceiling. And then coming back up to center. Then a little bit of love for our hands and our forearms, for all those keyboard warriors out there. So bringing the hands straight out in front of you. We'll start by really stretching the fingers out wide and then making a fist. Stretching the fingers out wide, making a fist. Stretch the fingers out wide, make a fist. We'll do 3 more, stretching and clenching. Stretching, clenching, stretching, clenching. Good. Then take the fingers up towards the ceiling, really stretching those fingers back towards your face so you can feel the stretch down your forearms. And then take the fingers down and stretch them the other way, trying to keep the hands as straight as possible. Take them up, really stretch one side. Take them down to stretch the other side. Take them up, take them down, take them out, bring them in, take them out, bring them in, take them out, bring them in, and then big circles through those wrists. And then the other way. Then bringing the hands in front of you in Namaskar, point the fingers down towards the floor and then point them back towards you. Point them down towards the floor and then point them back towards you. Point them down towards the floor and then back towards you. And then take the fingers down and have the backs of the palms together. And this time stretch them out as far as you can and then bring them the other way as far as you can. Stretch them one way. Stretch them the other way. Good stuff. And then maybe give them a little shake, like we're shaking off water. Or, you know, a little bit of dancing, like you're changing a light bulb. Or a cat fight. Oh yeah, good work. Okay, then into elbows. You can do simple circles with the elbows if you want, one way and the other. Or if you're liking the dance theme, we can do elbow flossing. Oh, my brain can't do that today. Yes, I can. Just had to get used to the movement. Okay, then a few circles through the shoulders, really squeezing the shoulders up to the ears and then scraping the shoulder blades down the back. And then taking them the other way, squeezing them behind you and rolling them forwards. Fab. Then let the shoulders come just to neutral for now. Stretching the arms straight out in front of you. This time palms up. Take a nice big inhale, squeeze the palms to the shoulders, keep the elbows high. Exhale, stretch it out. Inhale, squeeze it in. Exhale, stretch it out. Inhale, squeeze it in. Exhale, stretch it out. Inhale, squeeze it in. Exhale, stretch it out. One more. Inhale, squeeze it in. Exhale, stretch it out. Then take the hands straight out to the sides, palms down. Let's do a few little circles forwards. Keeping the back up nice and tall. And then take them the other way. And then bringing it into cactus arms. Take a nice big inhale. On an exhale, squeeze the elbows together, but imagine like you're pressing against a great weight. Inhale, open them out. Exhale, squeeze them together, really activating the chest muscles. Inhale them out. Exhale, squeeze them together. Inhale them out. Exhale, squeeze them together. Let's do two more. Inhaling out. Exhale, squeeze. Inhaling them out. Exhale, squeeze. Then bring the hands down by the sides. The next one is more about rotation of the shoulder blades. So one hand comes up above your head as the other one goes behind your back. Now, this is a little bit of like patting your head and rubbing your tummy, because your top hand you want facing forwards and the hand behind your back, you want the palm facing out. So as you switch them, your palm at the top is facing forwards and your palm at the back is facing back. So coming from one side, around to the other side. Really thinking about rotating through those shoulder blades. Just moving from one side to the other side. One side to the other side. Brilliant stuff. One side to the other side. And then just let that one go for a minute. Take one arm up above your head and drop the hand behind your back. And then placing your other hand on the elbow, just encourage it over and stretch out down the tricep. Which for those of you that did yesterday's HIIT class, you probably need that stretch after all those planks and press-ups we did. So just have a couple of breaths here. If you want to take the bind and you want to take your other arm around and behind for the bind, then feel free to do that. And then release that off and let's go to the other side. So start by pressing the elbow to get that arm nice and stretched. Fingers should be reaching down the center of the spine. Head should still be stacked up on top of the spine, so we're not bending forwards. The spine's nice and long. Then if you want to take that bind and take the other hand around behind, then feel free to do that. Getting a lovely stretch down the back of the tricep. And then releasing that off, we'll take the left arm across the body and hug it in with the right. stretching through the deltoids, so those muscles that go over the top of the shoulder. Couple of breaths here. And release that off and move it to the other side. And then release that one off too. Okay, bringing one hand on top of each elbow. Take a nice big inhale at center and keeping the sit bones really grounded and keeping the arms in the same shape. Twist around towards one side. Inhale back to center and then exhale, twist around towards the other side. Inhale through center, exhale, twist. 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 And then let the arms come down. Get yourself really comfortable and we'll do a little block breath. So with this one, you all know the drill by now. So we're inhaling up for the count of 4. We then hold our hands above the head for a count of 4. Exhale the arms out to the sides for a count of 4 and then leave the breath outside the body for a count of 4. So in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold. And then just let the breath come back to normal, and the last few stretches are through the neck. So take the left ear towards the left shoulder and just have a moment hanging out there, really relaxing the right shoulder down, maybe giving the neck a little squeeze or the top of the shoulder a little squeeze. Just trying to release any tension in the neck. And then allow the head to hang heavy round towards the front, rolling it all the way around until you come to the other side. And then hang out at the other side, again maybe giving the shoulder a bit of a squeeze, maybe giving the neck a little bit of a massage. Just hanging out down to the side. And then we'll roll back around to the other side. Really relaxing the shoulders down. And then roll it back again. And bringing the head back up so the chin's parallel. Take a nice big inhale, and then exhale, just simply twist the head around towards one side, keeping the chin parallel. Inhale it back through center, and then exhale, twist it the other way. Inhale through center, exhale, twist one way. Inhale through center, exhale, twist the other way. Inhale through center, exhale, twist. Inhale through center, exhale, twist. Then coming back to center, and drop the chin towards the chest, interlacing the fingers, take them around the back of the head and press the head up into the hands as you resist that movement with your hands. Chin should be as close to the throat as you can get it. And then releasing that off and bringing your chin back up. This time we'll take our chin towards the ceiling and then just rake your fingers down the front of your throat and press down onto your collarbones. And then keeping the back of the neck long, take the tip of the tongue up into the roof of your mouth 30 times at a rate of about 1 per second. And once you've done your 30, bring your chin back to center, release the fingers. This time we'll take the chin around to one side, keeping the head upright and the chin parallel. And then once you've got as far as your neck will twist, poke your tongue out of your mouth with the tip of your tongue reaching towards the nose and hold it for 15 seconds. Then coming back through center, take the chin to the other side, and once you've reached your maximum twist, shoulders relaxed, take the tongue out of the mouth and point the tip of the tongue up to the nose for 15 seconds on this side. And then come back to center. Have a wiggle wherever you need a wiggle. And then we'll finish sat up today. So just gently close your eyes. Hands can be in your lap or one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly if you want to connect more to the breath. And just notice where your breath's at. And notice how the body feels after we've stretched and moved through all the major joints in the body. Move the spine in its 6 natural directions. Hopefully got a bit of tension released out of the neck. Just notice how your body feels as you sit here. With your sit bones pressing down into the ground or the chair beneath you. And the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Noticing your breath. Notice the inhale and notice the exhale. Notice their length and if they're evenly matched or whether one is longer than the other. Notice if you're breathing through your nose or your mouth, or maybe a mixture of the two. Notice how deeply you're breathing and where the breath moves your body. And notice the longer you sit here and the more you focus on the breath, the slower and deeper your breath becomes as your rest and digest system gets switched on. Now, whenever you're ready, gently flutter your eyes open and make any moves your body wants to make. Thank you for joining me for some love in your lunchtime. I hope that you enjoyed it.